AT&T, John Foley, has struck a really, what seems to be an amicable agreement with Elliott, one of the most obnoxious activist hedge funds out there. We must be at the nexus of the universe or something. What is going on? How have these two companies managed to come up with an agreement so quickly that seems to be so nice?
It's very strange, isn't it? AT&T is a huge company, $270 billion of market capitalization. And yeah, Elliott advisors turned up with a stake, just over a month ago. And already AT&T has announced a raft of changes.
And that stake was $3 billion, so it's like not even 2%.
Yeah. They had a very small stake, and AT&T's agreed to do a lot of the things that Elliott said it wanted AT&T to do. So it's going to think about selling some businesses that don't belong.
Yep.
It's improving the quality of its corporate governance. It's going to replace 2 directors, and it's also going to talk about splitting the role of chief executive and chairman, which are both currently held by Randall Stephenson, and bringing in someone from the outside when Stephenson eventually moves on, which is not going to happen yet, but
that's another couple of years away at least, right?
Exactly.
So this is like they've laid out a raft of things that look good, and actually it's good for not just Elliott. I say that looking at the stock price, Elliott hasn't actually made a great deal of money off this at the moment, it seems, but at least it looks like they've waged a very effective, nice campaign, and it's good for AT&T as well.
It is good for AT&T shareholders. The shares are up 5% today, and for a company this big, that's $14 billion of extra market capitalization. So that's a good thing. The question of why they did this so quickly. Maybe it's because Elliott nudged them.
Yeah.
The short timing suggests that AT&T was thinking about this all along.
Right.
But Elliott, which as you say is known for its very aggressive tactics, can now argue plausibly that it can also play nice and get what it wants without having to resort to lawsuits and so on. In reality, it's almost certain that AT&T just needed a little bit of a push to
Right. So someone shows up, says that I'm known for being obnoxious. I'm being nice at the moment. Here's a roadmap for what you need to do to make things look better for everyone, including yourselves.
Yeah.
Off you go. And they went with it.
And to be honest, who cares why it happened? The point is that AT&T shareholders are better off. Elliott can say that it's got a victory. AT&T executives are better off because they've now bought some time to make some of these changes and improve the profitability of the business and pay down some
But it's also, as we're saying in a piece today, it's good for other companies as well.
Well, it sets a good example because about half of big American companies do not separate the chief executive and chair of the board roles, and that deprives them of a really useful check and balance on the considerable power that chief executives wield here in the US. So by AT&T doing this, it will make it easy for shareholders and other companies to say, look, if they can do it, a giant company, an old company, a kind of stalwart of the US corporate scene, if they can split this role, why can't we?
Yeah. And do we think AT&T is going to follow through on everything it's talking about?
That's the $270 billion question. One can hope so, but either way, Elliott is now going to be lurking in the background as an investor, and you can imagine we'll try and keep them honest if they deviate from this new path they've laid down.
Exactly. All right. Thanks for that, John. We'll be back with more Breaking Views tomorrow.